Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what I'm going to do is go to give out more information on Oswald's card counter rifle. Again, like I said in my research, a lot of people is not going to give out this kind of information because if they give out this kind of information, it'll start making people think and say, well, okay, well, maybe Oswald was a party assassination because other people, when they come out and talk about Oswald, they always want to use Oswald as the patsy, or Oswald had nothing to do with the JFK assassination. He was innocent and everything else. But as I've proven in my research, that no matter which way you look at whether he fired a shot or not, he was in on the assassination of JFK. But I'm going to point out some things here in this episode, and I'm going to show people things that this information don't give out to nobody because they don't want to give this type of information out. But I'm going to give it out myself because that's what I do in my research. I find evidence and stuff like that. I present the evidence. Okay, for years, I've been telling people when they talk about the backyard image, everybody still thinks that they placed Oswald's face on here and that these images was taken by, somebody else and they placed Oswald's face on there. Excuse me. I did a background check, like I said, on this. And that's the one image they always constantly talk about. But actually, it was 3 images taken. Okay, the camera that took these images was the camera that Oswald's wife had. Okay, same type of camera, same type of film. Okay, 2, Oswald's wife did admit that she took these backyard images. 3, the backyard images was developed by Oswald on February 5th of 1963. Now, as I pointed out, on February 5th, 1963, he developed these images. This is why he was fired from a company that he was working for in Dallas. He was fired because he was developing these type of films showing a communist paper and holding up a rifle, and he was also making fake IDs as well. So this is the reason why he got fired from that place he was working at. Again, like I pointed out, February 5th is when these images were developed. Oswald's the one that developed them. Now, not only these images here were found on Oswald's person, also in his garage, well, not his garage, but in Ruth Payne's garage, these images was found. But also these images were found again in other people's possessions because he made like 4 or 5 different copies or so of these and gave it to some of his friends. Okay, so he gave some of these images out, and he's even written on some of them in his handwriting and also in his wife's handwriting. She written on the back of some of them. It was also written, some of the letters and stuff was written in German. So people can say what they want about the backyard image or whatever, but it's a plain fact that this is Oswald in these images. Now, I also pointed out in my research that Oswald, in fact, did live at this address. And this is where the backyard image was taken at. This was verified by his brother Robert Oswald and other people and other friends and families and stuff did, in fact, say they lived at this address. And even Marina herself, Oswald's wife, said they lived at this address. But also, as I point out in my research, that, remember, Oswald did not order the Carcano rifle or the revolver until March of 1963. Again, March 1963 when he ordered the Carcano rifle and revolver. But here we have him in a backyard image with another rifle and another revolver, a month before he bought the Carcano rifle and the other revolver. As I pointed out in my research, the revolver that he has on his hip is the revolver that he sold to his brother, Robert, for a sum of $10. That's the revolver that Oswald has on his hip here in his backyard image. As I also point out in my research, so you could tell the difference between Oswald's rifle he's holding in his hands and the backyard image is totally different than the Carcano rifle that they retrieved from the Texas School Book Depository. 2 different types of rifles, 2 different types of scopes, and everything else. So I pointed that out as well. Now, again, I'm going to give more information out on this Carcano rifle. Now, for years, people's been pushing the issue about Well, the palm print that they found on the car counter rifle was placed there when Oswald was in the morgue on the 24th of November. But again, as I pointed out, no, the car counter rifle, the print on the car counter rifle was discovered on the same day of the assassination, which was November 22nd. But people says, oh, no, 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 no. It was on the 24th, or they didn't bring this information out until the 25th, which they did bring the information on the 25th after Oswald passed away, again, as I pointed out. And they said, well, that's awful funny that they brought all this information out on the 25th after Oswald died, but they didn't bring it during the time of when he was alive. Again, you have to understand, when you're collecting evidence, you don't present your evidence to the public. Okay? They don't present no kind of evidence to the public until after it goes to court and everything else. They didn't expect Oswald was going to be assassinated. But when he was killed, they decided, well, there's no sense in holding all this evidence because there's not going to be a trial because Oswald's dead now. So that's why they presented the evidence that they found. But people want to say, no, they took these objects, like the car counter rifle and everything, to the morgue and placed Oswald's prints on it. Well, we're going to go into some more information on that. Now, when we look at the car counter rifle, everybody thinks the print was either found here, or anything else. The print that they found, the palm print that they found, in the beginning, was found by Crime Lab Lieutenant John Carl Day. He's the one that found the palm print. He didn't find the palm print on this part of the rifle or anything else. Here's where he found the palm print at. When we look at this rifle here, okay, the palm print was found right here. It was not found anywhere on any other parts. This is the only part of the rifle. He had to take the rifle apart, and that's where he found the palm print, right here, on this location right here. When we look at this image here, when you break it down, okay, this is where the palm print of Oswald's was found underneath, between the frame of the rifle and the barrel of the rifle, right in this location here, as I pointed out. That's where the palm print was found. Again, they're not going to push this issue. They're not going to tell you about this. They're going to say this palm print was placed at the morgue. Now, Lieutenant Day found that palm print between 7 and 8 on November 22nd, 1963. What he found was a right hand palm print. That's what he said. He found a right hand palm print. It wasn't until later on, after the palm print was made, and they matched up to Oswald, and that's when they ID'd it as Oswald's palm print. Now, the palm print that they pulled from this rifle, because the rifle was thoroughly cleaned, but the palm print they found was actually an older palm print. It wasn't a newer or fresher palm print. Okay, it was a hard time getting the palm print there, but they got it. And it was an older palm print, which was made like months before the assassination. That palm print was on that rifle. So right there is evidence to show that it was not a fresh palm print. The palm print was found between the barrel and the stock and rifle itself, right here in this location here. So it was not found anywhere else on this rifle, not up on this barrel here or anything else, or over here on any of these parts. It was found underneath this location between the stock and the barrel of the rifle. That's where it was found at. And it was an older palm print, not a newer palm print, not a fresher palm print. It was an older palm print. Then they did match it up, and it did match Oswald's right palm. But like I said, they don't want to give you this information out. If they give you this information out, that's going to blow their case of saying, hey, wait a minute. Oswald, they said that Oswald, they placed Oswald's palm print on the rifle when he was in the morgue, which would made a fresher palm print. But it was an older palm print that they found on that rifle. Okay, it was found on November 22nd, around between 7 and 8 p.m. on November 22nd, 1963. Oswald wasn't killed until November 24th, which was on a Sunday. That's when he was killed. So they did not take this rifle into the morgue and place his palm print on it, or any other objects that they want to say. Because here is a picture of Crime Lab Lieutenant John Carl Day, right here. This is him right here. He's the one that found the palm print, excuse me, on the inside of the barrel of the rifle. And as he stated, it was an older print, not a newer print. It was an older print, but it was still there. It was still visible. Like I said, a lot of people is going to say one thing or another when it comes to car camera rifle. As I point out, this rifle here was set for a left-handed shooter, and Oswald's a right-handed shooter. And this wasn't the rifle that Oswald used that day. This rifle here was actually used as a decoy rifle. And reasons why, the signs I pointed to why it's a decoy rifle, is one is the way they found it. And the clip for the rifle was found in a location right across from it. And the rifle was completely cleaned down. Okay, the barrel wasn't even hot. Okay, because if there was 3 rounds fired from there, by the time he sets that rifle against the box, it would probably have a little scorch mark or something, or one thing or another would heat up the box and everything else like that, because everybody knows that who fires rifles, the barrel is going to be very hot. But there was no fingerprints found on any of the rifle, any part of this rifle. It was on the inside of the rifle when he was breaking it down. And the palm print was found right here, underneath the barrel, right here between the stock and the barrel itself. That's where that palm print was found. But there was no prints found anywhere else on this rifle. Not even on the trigger there was no prints found. So see, that's why I know a lot of signs points to this was the decoy rifle that Oswald was going to set up, because this does not match the rifle that Oswald had in the backyard image. This rifle was probably not even fired that day. Okay, the rifle was sitting there, actually in the opening where they can find it, right along with the clip. The clip was sitting right on top of a box. It was meant to be found. That's why I call it the decoy rifle. But I just want to give this information out here, because like I said, no one's going to give you this information. You're only going to find this type of information, and all this information I've been putting in my videos and stuff, you only find here. You're not going to find it anywhere else. You find all this information and other information I have in my videos and stuff in my book, okay, Evidence of Conspiracy. Like I said, there's a lot of things in my book, Evidence of Conspiracy, that no researcher is going to tell you about or talk about, okay. My research, I believe in giving people the truth. I believe in showing the evidence. If you got evidence to show, show it. That's the way I believe. Okay, because the more you keep it a secret, the more you keep it behind the scenes, okay, and not presenting it, it's just going to make the case get worse, because of the more years goes by, and everybody knows this, as years go by, more and more stuff gets added into the JFK assassination. More false claims get brought into it. More false stories be brought into it. More false, eyewitnesses are coming out, and stuff like that. So that's why I present in my videos and in my books and everything else evidence, so people knows this information. So all this information, just like when I talk about the eyewitness account stuff, I pointed out, as about their claims are false and everything else, because people need to know this, so they can push this kind of the false information to the side, so the true information can be revealed. That's why when I talk to people and stuff like that, if you have evidence of something like that, show it to me. If you don't want to present it, show it to me. I'll present it, because the public needs to know, and the public needs to see the information. They need to see the evidence that's there. Okay. Now it's up to the people to make up their mind whether they want to believe it or not. Okay, just like my research. You can believe my research or disagree with my research. That's understandable. I don't get mad at nobody for it or anything else like that. Okay, but information needs to be given out, especially to people that's starting to get into doing JFK assassination research themselves. They're basing everything on a lot of false information, because that's all they're being fed, is a lot of false information, and there's nowhere they can go to find real facts, to find real evidence. So people that's even starting doing research into the JFK assassination are doing the same thing as other research has done in the past, is being fed false information And that's what they're going to base everything that they find on, false information. So I just want to make this video here to show people that the car counter rifle and the palm print they found was an older palm print. It wasn't a fresh palm print. And it was found in this location here on the barrel, between the stock and the barrel here. That's where it was found at. Between the frame of the rifle and the barrel of the rifle, that's where it was found at. It was not found anywhere else. And like I said, it was an older rifle. And it's also a decoy rifle. But I wanted to give this information out here so people knows this information. Always in the description down below, you'll find a site where you can order my book, Evidence of Conspiracy, the only book you'll need in JFK assassination. I made a video if you want to make a donation to the documentary. You can either buy, if you don't want to make a donation on the site, which is always in the description down below, or you can make a donation of $30 more. Your name gets in the credits, plus you'll receive a free copy of the DVD for a $30 donation. Okay, if you don't want to put it there, like I said, I made a video with my home address on it. You can watch that video and you can send me directly to me the donation. And once I receive it, I'll post it and let everybody know that I received it. Okay, because that also helps me out too, so I can write their address down and put it in my log that they get a free copy of the DVD and their names going to credit, which I already got a paper out, or already got everybody's names for the credit that's going into the DVD. So don't forget that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. As, like I said, there's only 3 days left on the donation on the documentary, which is always the site's down in the description down below. Share this information with other people because people need to know this information as well. And share my other videos and stuff like that on social media. And tell your friends about us and your family members and stuff like that so they know this information. Other people that started their JFK assassination research, send them my videos and stuff like that so they have their information, that when they start doing their research they can do it, they'll get some evidence themselves from my research so they can use that as well. So don't forget that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to tell your friends about us. And everybody have a pleasant day.